Heyo YouTube, how's it going for you today? Hope you are doing very well. Today we're playing for Euro Truck Simulator 2. And today we're going to be delivering a very, very hazardous cargo, pretty much with hot chemicals, and we're pretty much sticking to jolly old Great Britain. It's pretty much Aberdeen and Glasgow are kind of relatively up in kind of close to Scotland, not in Scotland themselves. Pretty much it's going to be about a 7-hour remaining job. Pretty much they expect us to be sometime around 4 to 8 a.m. and it's pretty much at Wednesday at 1:40 a.m. So pretty much we got ourselves a kind of a important delivery here. So let's not waste too much time here. See, that's a low beam. Alright, so let us get going as quickly as possible, as we do have a tanker here. So pretty much we are going to be driving on this side of the street here. Always try to make that a very important point to remember. So always pretty much use the left side of the road whenever you're in England, because the English live in an island, so they can pretty much get away with it. They can pretty much get away with it, but if they want. Please don't turn yellow. There you go. Cool. Drop my speed down there. Security camera all over. Come on. Should be at least a little bit more than 30 here. It's ridiculous. But we should be there sometime around 5. Sometime around 5 here. Not too shabby, as long as I don't really screw it up. Screw up badly. Just like that. Stay on your lane there. It's always weird, as I'm always used to driving on the left side in this game, usually having the steering wheel on the left side instead of the right. Kind of rather weird. It's kind of like kind of makes you feel like driver's ed all over again. Intense stuff there. I'm pretty sure the teacher didn't really have the steering wheel, pretty much all right there, but he did have pretty much the assistant brake. So pretty much if you pretty much run into a situation, so then he pretty much stops. So stops you from doing anything stupid. So that pretty much. You don't have to worry about it, so. But my driver's ed teacher was not actually a teacher from technically my school district. It was actually a driving instructor from a private school that they had to hire. Oddly enough, I mean, they could have gotten someone from the public school system, but instead they pretty much hire this one guy who pretty much works in, I think, only private Lutheran school in the city of Fargo. Good old Oak Grove. That and Shanley, that's in Shanley High School are pretty much the only. At least I think Shanley is private public. I mean, they play public sports, but they. Actually, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Maybe I should just stop talking about that certain subject. But pretty much whatever. Pretty much I passed the written portion of that class, even the simulations and stuff. But once you get behind the wheel with your instructor, kind of it's a whole nother story. Whole nother story altogether. And of course, having one of your parents be with you while you're driving behind the wheel isn't the most fun experience ever. Because you're kind of under a lot of pressure. A lot of pressure. Safe to say. Actually, I think I will say at least one sort of experience I had. This was actually with my mum. Pretty much driving the intersection, then the light turned yellow, so I eventually stopped. And then I kept going, and then pretty much my mom kind of got really red-faced and then said some obscenities, which definitely didn't necessarily make me feel easier, but you kind of live and learn from that sort of thing. I mean, it was not even necessarily like a full-blown red light. It was just more of a, oh hey, it just turned yellow to red, and I mean, I essentially stopped like not even like halfway into the intersection, but I was like a little bit more past the sidewalk in that intersection. So, yeah, pretty much whatever. I don't know, I think once you actually get the license and stuff, you tend to figure stuff out for yourself. Kind of learn as you go. I always think that was always true. I always think that was true for me in pretty much most of my life. Pretty much I never had a father figure to really kind of tell me, oh hey, to guide me, you know, to mentor me, kind of all that stuff. Pretty much I kind of had to learn that stuff on my own, relatively speaking. But I kind of eventually learned kind of the whole difference between right and wrong and all that stuff. What you do, what you should and shouldn't do and stuff, so yeah. I mean, really essentially what driving is, A, you have to watch out for yourself, and B, you really have to watch out for other people. Because some people don't really necessarily know what they're doing. They just kind of half-ass their lives, pretty much driving without realizing it. And it's also kind of more of a privilege to drive. It's a right to have transportation, in order to get somewhere, but it's definitely pretty much a privilege to drive. You have to earn it, and which I pretty much mostly did. One thing is, once I actually did pass once I had to do my driving test. Once I had to do my driving test, pretty much relatively passed it with somewhat flying colors. I only got a 78% on my first try, which was actually quite good. I mean, I thought I didn't really do all that good, but pretty much if you asked me to what's the word, parallel park, if you made me parallel park or risk my life, probably I would not be able to parallel park, because it's essentially, with me, I have to have quite a bit of space to actually get into a parking spot, like a parallel spot. I don't even necessarily mind walking a extra distance to get to where I need to go for walking wise, but if you ask me to parallel park or risk my death, pretty much I would probably die. As I would not be able to really be good at parallel parking. But other than that, driving wise, I'm pretty good with it. Yeah, try to avoid the pylons as much as I can here. It sucks you can't actually really see from that other side of the road there. Let's go with a different angle here. Yeah, actually, it's a little too loud for my taste. Let's see, can I actually change the freaking audio here? Reduce that a little bit so that you can actually hear my voice. There we go. Alright, much better. Pretty much know how to hear that engine roar without having my voice drown it out. I actually kind of I used to have a fear of driving the highway, because it was so fast, and you risk the risk of crashing headlong into somebody, but eventually overcame that fear. Once I pretty much got over that fear about a year ago, when I did driving for pretty much the local newspaper, the Fargo Forum, which pretty much runs two interstate highways, I-29 and 94, pretty much around the city, around the metro. I mean, I mean, the metro, the interstate speed limit in the metro is pretty much 55, actually more, yeah, 50 to 55 here. So this can need to pay attention a little bit more to the game here than talk. But eventually overcame that, and then I took a trip to Grand Forks, which is about an hour drive north of Fargo. Go see a hockey game, a local hockey team there. And eventually I got over it. Then I went to this Twin Cities, Minneapolis, St. Paul, this past May, which I'm pretty sure I did talk about that in Skyrim at one point. I'm low on gas here, but it's not going to matter much now because we are pretty much in Glasgow. Good old town of Glasgow. Should pass with flying colors here. Shouldn't have to really worry about damage to my car, my truck. Even though this isn't technically my truck, my truck is still in Liverpool somewhere in my garage. Somewhere. There's a good old double-decker bus there. Oh, what the hell? Really? Yeah, I guess I am kind of over the line there. I mean, still, come on. Give me a break, game. Bridge. Kind of a overhanging road there. Ha! Stuck on that freaking red light system. Suck on that. And certain signal there. Turn that on. Alright, and one more turn here. Oops, wrong direction. Why are you stopping, dude? Come on. Don't you see I have a delivery to make? Got no time for shenanigans. Alright. Let's see here. Where do they want this thing? Alright, that's definitely manageable. But don't expect me to play this whole lot. It's kind of pretty much more of a whenever I feel like it sort of thing. But pretty much an excellent job there. And we definitely got paid quite a bit of money there. Still a little over halfway there to level up to 21 there, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode here, and I will see you guys next time.